Welcome back to AI Knowledge Group. Now we will start with the tutorial in which we will learn measure of position. Then we will learn probability, probability mass function, z-score. Before learning z-score, we will start Gaussian model. So let's start. Gaussian model is also known as normal distribution. So we will, before starting z-score, we will do that. So let's start with the measure of position. A measure of position is determines the position of a single value in relation to other values in a sample or a population data set. This can come in your example as well in your, if you're doing the, for example, your aptitude test or anything. What do we mean by measure of position? Sometimes they trick you by mentioning double value or multiple value in the question. So do remember the position of a single value. That's what the measure of position is. Now, position of the individual value. So this is the data set, for example. On this data set, we can use four options. So one is z-score. The other option is percentile. Third one is quartile and decile. We can use these methods to find the measure of position. But before learning z-score, we will learn what is normal distribution. It's a very lengthy topic, very detailed topic. But before learning normal distribution, we'll start with probability and then we will lead towards the normal distribution. So what is probability? Probability is chance of occurrence. It's very simple. So for example, if you have this head, in head you have two options. You will have either head or tail. So when we talk about two options, so basically 50% you can have head, 50% you can have tail. So that's 50-50. You can say that 0.5, 0.5. Total probability is equal to 1. For anything, the total probability is equals to 1. This is the basic concept of probability. Now let's understand the dice. So for example, we have this dice. In dice, we have 6 options. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's got 6 sides. 6 numbers can come. So probability for dice is 1 divided by 6, 0.6. So for head and tail for coin is 0.5. For dice is 0.16. Now let's discuss cards. You have 52 cards. So the probability for cards will be 0.19. 1 divided by 52. So the chance of occurrence is the probability. Chance of occurrence of cards is 1 divided by 52. So you can have 0.019. Now let's understand what is probability mass function. Probability mass function are used to describe discrete probability distribution, while probability density function are used to describe continuous probability distribution. In your exams, you can have the question about PMF, probability mass function, PDF. Many people get confused with that, but if you try to remember with D, with distribution and probability, so probability distribution function is always continuous. If you just remember one, the other one is the opposite. The other one are used for discrete. Now let's dig into more. So for example, you have this probability for each outcome if you roll a dice. So one, you can have, so these are the numbers. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the dice numbers. What's the probability of 1? Is 1 divided by 6. What's the probability of 2? 1 divided by 6. What's the probability of 5? 1 divided by 6. If you have 2 dice, then you will do the probability on both the dice. But just now we have only 1 dice, so 1 divided by 6. The total probability will always be equals to 1. Because it's 1 over 6, 1 over 6. So for example, this 1 over 6, 1 over 6, 1 over 6, 1. So it's a straight line in a way. It's a straight line. It's a uniform distribution. Now let's understand the normal distribution. But before that, we will learn what do we mean by probability distributions? So probability distributions is divided into two. One is discrete, the second one is continuous. The discrete probability is divided into binomial, Poisson, hypergeometric. Continuous distribution is divided into normal, uniform, and exponential. So for example, this is uniform distribution and this is normal distribution. In normal distribution, in the center you have mean, median, mode. Now let's understand what is normal distribution. It's a very lengthy topic, especially for the students who wanted to become a data scientist, who wanted to learn about data science. It's very important. So let's start understanding in detail. In probability theory, the normal distribution is a continuous probability distribution for a real valued random variable. Normal distribution is also known as Gaussian distribution or Gauss or Laplace Gauss. These are the names. Usually it's known as Gaussian distribution. The general form of the probability density function is f of x equals to 1 divided by sigma root 2 pi e raised to the power minus 1 over 2 x minus mu divided by sigma whole square. Fx is probability density function over here. Sigma is a standard deviation. Mean is mu. You need to learn this formula, otherwise you won't be able to solve any questions, especially if you're learning about data science, you're doing calculations in further, you need to remember this formula. It's very important. Let's dig into why it's very important. So normal distribution are important in statistics, are often used in natural and social science to represent real valued random variable whose distributions are not known. The importance is partially due to central limit theorem. It states that under the same condition, the average of many samples of random variable with finite means and variance itself a random variable. Now let's go further. A normal distribution curve is always like this. You have mean, median, mode always in the center, like I discussed. You have tail on one side and you have tail on the other side. Both the sides are symmetrical. The mean, median, mode are exactly the same. You can see these are the three distributions. All three distributions have mean, median, mode exactly at the same place. If distribution is symmetric about the mean, half the values fall below the mean, half the values above the mean. The distribution can be described by two values, the mean and standard deviation. Usually, we will be solving questions in future videos as well. We will be, so for example, to solve this, you will be given mean and standard deviation. So if we see the formula back again, so over here, if we know the mean, if we know the standard deviation, and we need x, we can solve this question because we have the mean, standard deviation, we know the pi value, we put that into the formula and we can solve the probability density function. Mean, median, mode and standard deviation in a normal distribution. The mean is the location parameter while the standard deviation is the scale parameter. So this example is normal distribution with different means. This example is normal distribution with different standard deviations. Whenever we change the standard deviation, the curve goes up or down. That's how you differentiate. If all three of them are same, it will lie exactly like this. So what's happening? The mean value is changing, so it's just changing the position on the x-axis. The mean determines where the peak of the curve is centered. Increasing the mean, move the curve right, decreasing, move the curve left. Whereas when you have different means, the standard deviation stretches or squeezes the curve. A small standard deviation results in narrow curve. A large deviation leads to wide curve. So if my figure for the standard deviation is big, a higher number, then it will be wide curve. So for example, this yellow one. If it's a small number, it will be like a peak. Now let's understand significance of normal distribution. You can remember this. It's a very simple strategy to remember this. You create because you can have the questions in exam as well. So 34% will be the first. This other one will be 13.5 on this side, and then you have 2.35. After that you have 0.45. The empirical value 1 is 68.25, 2 is 95.45, 3 is 99.73. So this is 1, this area, this is 2, and this is 3. And these are the empirical values. They don't change, you just remember them, and you might get the exam question, especially if you are appearing for the aptitude test. What's the empirical value for the 2.35? So you can put that in normal distribution. What's the empirical value? So you can put that 99.73. Now let's understand why we prefer to use normal distribution. It is the most important probability distribution in statistics because fits many natural phenomena. For example, height, blood pressure, measurement error, IQ score follow the normal distribution. It is also known as Gaussian distribution and the bell curve. So this is standard normal distribution, this is normal distribution, this is standard normal distribution. Like I said, we will learn normal distribution and then we will start understanding what is z-score. So this is how your normal distribution, which we just discussed, the mean, median, mode, all lying in the same place, and that's your mean in the center. Standard normal distribution usage. The word standardization may sound a little weird at first, but understanding it in the context of statistics is not brain surgery. It is something that has to do with the distribution. In fact, every distribution can be standardized. Say the mean and the variance of the variable are mu and sigma squared respectively. Standard deviation is the process of transforming a variable to one with the mean of 0 and standard deviation of 1.